We got Sammy here today, wanting to grow the shelf. Sammy came to me 3 weeks ago. She wanted to grow her shelf, start growing her booty without growing her legs. What's the update?
My ass is growing.
My ass is growing.
You can say ass, her ass is growing. So we're gonna show you guys how to produce a 1-inch pump, because that's how you're going to build the shelf. That is how Sammy's going to build the shelf, is through these pumps that are contracting the upper glutes. All right, so we're gonna show you guys the measurement before. You wanna grab this one. So we are at 39 to start the glute workout. See that there? 39 inches. Here we go. We're gonna take you guys through a 1-inch pump, isolating the glutes, because that's how she's gonna build the shelf. We are showing you guys how to produce a pump in 60 minutes, because that's how she's going to grow her top shelf, producing the pump through contracting the glutes. So we typically start with straight leg kickbacks. We'll go 3 sets of 15, working to increase the weights. So a lot of the girls start at like 10 to 13 pounds, and they'll find their way up to 20 to 25 pounds in like 5 weeks. So that's why we repeat these every week, so that they can increase their weights on these exercises that isolate the glutes. So like I've mentioned before, when you guys are trying to grow the shelf, you want to be working on exercises that involve the hip extension. You see when this knee kicks up to hit the upper glute, that's hip extension. Hip thrust, when you come up to the top and you squeeze, anytime you feel the squeeze, that is where you're hip extending and you're contracting those upper glutes. So we're showing you guys what a booty pump looks like today, because that's how she's gonna build the shelf. She's always wanted to build the shelf, and we'll go straight leg kickbacks and hip thrusts back to back. So I like to pair 2 exercises back to back so we get more in 60 minutes and keep moving. All right, let's see it. All right, starting with some hip thrusts. We will do these 2 times a week with the barbell, and then we'll do the single leg once a week. So again, hip extension. So when she gets to the top here and she squeezes, that is the hip extension. And we're gonna do, we'll do 4 sets. We'll do 3 sets of 15, and then we'll do a 4th set where she just does as many as she can. So we'll do a total of 4 sets. 3 sets set at 15 reps though. Good, and we're gonna see if we can get the weights up today. She's been doing the 25-pound plates as of right now, but I think she can get it up. We're gonna try that today. Yeah, good. So pairing the straight leg kickbacks and the hip thrusts together. And we'll go 3 sets back and forth. Now what we are gonna do to add to this, because we're really trying to get that 1-inch pump today, is in between the loads, we're gonna do banded hip thrusts. So this is where you get the mind to muscle connection. Focusing on the mind to muscle connection using your Peach Gains fabric booty band. She's gonna do 20 more in between the load. This is where you guys produce that pump. This is where you get the highest glute activation to produce a pump. So here we go. Don't sleep on your banded work, ladies. There's a reason why it burns so much when you guys just use your bands. It's more isolated. You get better mind to muscle connection, which then results in higher glute activation. Good. Notice how she's getting all the way up to hip extension. Nice squeeze, beautiful form. Giving it a second to squeeze every time. Love it. Yeah. We're hitting the lateral glutes. So she's at 10 pounds right now. So we're gonna kick from behind so it sets the hip close, okay? So I want you to tilt a little more, like bring your, tilt forward a little more. There you go. So then the reason why I want her leaning forward is so she has more room to kick to hip extension. She's gotta reach hip extension without arching the back. So if you guys are too tall, that's where you can arch your back a little too much. So tilting forward will take the back out of the picture and allow you to get your knee up to hip extension. Trying to get up there, yeah. But notice how this hip is more squared to the ground, staying closed, kicking from behind so she's contracting the glute versus just folding at the hip, right? Really good. So not only does it hit the lateral glute, you also get the upper glute in these 2. The whole corner of your glute here. All right, next leg. We're going 3 sets of 15. We are gonna superset these with some glute bridges today. So we're gonna go barbell glute bridges after this. And we are gonna do some accessory work in between with the band, trying to get this pump as fast as possible in 60 minutes. Let's get more reps in. We added 20 pounds because she said it was easy. So we added 20 pounds to her glute bridges for the third set, and we're gonna see how many she can get. Staying in that 10 to 15 rep range, that's always the goal. Now, when you attempt heavier your weight, sure, you can settle for less reps, but the goal is always to get it back up inside that 10 to 15 rep range. And usually, if they get past 10, I have them go up. Good. Good. As long as we're not sacrificing the form. Really good. Oh, she's gonna get an inch pump today. Oh yeah. Yes. Good stuff. See, you could have definitely gone up. Huh? Yeah, that's a Virgo thing. Very ambitious, but we're very lazy at the same time.
I was like, wait a second.
That's a dangerous person, though.
I am trying to get the
All right. How many did you get?
15.
See? She would go up again. All right, good, good. Now you got one more set of those. Banded. And then you know what? Let's go 30 this time. Why not? Yeah. Resist the band with the knees. Keep the band nice and tight with your knees. Getting all the way up to squeeze just like that. And it's a great way for you guys to see the form. Notice how at the top, the hips, the knees, and the rib cage form a straight line. Getting all the way up to squeeze. Yeah, there we go. Now she's snatching up and growing the booty at the same time. At the beginning, it's like the booty shrank a little bit, and what? You allowed yourself to gain a little bit, falling out of it. Now she's like snatched up quick in 3 weeks, like I told her she would, because she already built the glute, she built the muscle foundation, and she just needed to get back on track with her foods. That's exactly what she did. All right, we're getting into the accessory exercises that I like to place towards the end. So banded frog pumps, let's bring that band up higher, cheater. So we're gonna do 3 rounds of 30. So she's just gonna pump these out, resisting the knees as much as possible. Now, yes, you wanna keep the knees open wider than you do on a glute bridge, but you don't want that band too low because you need that resistance. That's the whole point of the frog pumps, is to resist the glutes while your knees are open. That's why I had her put it mid-thigh. And then you just do your best to keep those knees as open as possible. So now we're going back flat all the way up to hip extension squeeze, another hip extension exercise. You guys can do these weighted as well, but I like to do these banded for focusing on that mind to muscle connection. Hey, knees, 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 knees. Yeah, and going on the sides of your feet like she is here. Good. She's gonna pump out 30. Good? Okay, now we're gonna superset those with donkey kickbacks. Donkey kickbacks now. Right after those frog pumps, she's going 20 each leg. The band is mid-thigh, so she gets enough range of motion, but still gets good resistance, reaching up to hip extension, contracting those upper glutes. Yeah, we got 20 each leg, and notice how she's keeping that 90 degree and just moving at the knee. Move at the knee. Don't try to kick your leg up there as high as you can. You're moving at the knee. Everything's stabilized, her hips aren't moving, and she's not overarching her back. Isolating the glutes, this is where you get the highest glute activation. So good. Sammy, I almost said Trinidad. So good, Trinidad. She's doing her burnout right now. I'm making sure she's doing those right. Okay. Doing her burnout right now for producing the pump. But that's how she's going to build her shelf in general, whether she gets a 1-inch pump today or a half pump today. That is the focus, is the pump, contracting the glutes. 70% of her glute routine will be contracting the glutes, which is how you isolate the glutes. The most stubborn area are the upper glutes, which is why the shelf is so popular. And you guys want to build the shelf so much, that lift in your booty, because it's so stubborn, it's hard to do. So that's what she's here to do. Build the booty, build the shelf without having to increase the size of her legs. So that's what we're showing you guys today. Yeah, that's really good. So how to start the glute workout and finish the glute workout with a burnout to produce a pump. And the goal is always to get an inch pump if you can. You might start at a half and eventually work your way up to an inch pump. But the goal is the pump. That's the only way she's gonna grow the shelf. Right, Sammy? And she's already seeing progress here 3 weeks in, as she says.
It's true.
If we don't hit it, it's okay. We know we did before. We have proof. Where her booty sits the most, 39.5 was the pump. So, hey, at least we've gotten an inch. We know we can get an inch. She's gotten one. I'll show you guys on the screen, but 39.5 today. So that'll be our goal. So again, a half pump, which is okay. She had a little bit of alcohol this weekend in Vegas. Could be that, could have depleted the pump, but again, we'll show you guys another pump soon. But she's had a 1 inch pump, and I'll show it right here on the screen. That was her 1 inch pump last week. So this week she got a half pump, but that's okay. That's, in general, that's how we're gonna build the shelf, is working on contracting the glutes. So we got Sammy here, always wanted to build a shelf, and that's what we're doing. Isolating her glutes 3 times a week without having to increase the size of her legs. And we'll show you guys a day of eating. Comment anything else you guys would like me to share in her journey, in Jessica's journey, on building the booty, getting snatched, keeping toned legs, what to eat, what exercises we focus on the most, whatever you want to know. Comment in the comment section and I will share. But I'll see you guys next week on the next video.